with our quiz challenge. I write some instruction here um, to run the source code I will send you. Here I have a diagram. The first diagram is the database relationships. We have the partitions and the quiz progress. The main idea is that our user can join multiple quiz here. So we need a quiz ID and an, user identification like username or user ID here. Um, Here is the diagram for the components of our system. We have a client, server, and then database. The idea is that the client requests to join or to submit the answers to the quiz, and the quiz server will validate the answer from the user. And if the user give a correct answers, they will get points and update on the leaderboard on the Reddit here. The main reason why I use Reddit because the Reddit is fast and it have built-in functions to um, updating the leaderboards, and I have some explanation below. Um, so when it update on the Redis, and it will send back the data to the current client and broadcast the leaderboard updates to all the client through the Firebase. Uh, we can use an external service like Firebase, or we can build our own service. Maybe we can build our own WebSocket service to push the notification. It actually depends on our business needs. So yeah, it depends on our business and on the cost efficiency. On the Redis, when the quiz is expired, I have a cron job in a worker server to copy the leaderboard data to our Postgres, just for storing historical storing. Okay, so let's go to our source code. Here is the source code. I have some folders and some file. The first one is here's some message sent to the client. I use constant here because I also use this in the test script. And I have two kind of tests. One is a unit test. The unit test the service with input, and we expect some outputs, and I mock in a lot of things here to verify flow in the service. For example, if a user give an incorrect answer, and I have to expect some data. And to run the script, you can just run this command, run test, and it will run all the tests. We have 21 tests. I also write some integration tests here. The integration test will start a real server. It's run the setup server function the same way that the real server will be run by this function. And then it's send the HTTP request just like a normal client. So we can expect some starter code and some message response from the server. Yeah. So for example, if the user send an incorrect answer, and the score and some variable sent from the server should be like this. Yeah. And let's talk about the structure of the project. The first one is the constant. The second one could be the DTO. The DTO is very simple, and it provides the interface for our repository, our services, and the controller to talk to each other. The second one is the model. The model actually is the database. It represents entities in the database. So we have a partition and quiz session here. Yeah, it's you can see the database relationships here, and I have some comments for you to better understand my idea. Yeah. So here the model, and to work on the model, we have the repository. The repository working on the models. They get set, edit, or delete data from database. So yeah, it's work on one or more repository. You can check the imports to see what I import here. Um, so the repository mainly work on the database, and our business will be written in the service. So we have the quiz service here. The business mean the requirement in the doc. So each of them will be written here. Like the business required to join a quiz session and to submit a quiz answer. And we need an API gateway to call our service. And we have a controller. Controller is the gateway. And we have an API to join and to submit an answer. So the controller will import all the service. The quiz service here is the real one I implemented, and for all the service like notification and leaderboard service, and it's just the mockup server. Yeah, and I have some comment here. So yeah. So if you want to verify the behavior, I think the best way is that you check my integration test and to see if something you need to discuss more, or some cases you need to more tests, and you need I'm just need to write more tests here, and every time I change the code, I can make sure nothing is broken because I have a unit test and integration test. And that's it. Thank you very much for listening.